Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, just two reasons here to be massively bullish on XRP right now. And the first one, yes, I'm a little late to the party. I'm sure a lot of people have already covered it, but look, I have a life outside of covering this channel, so I have to get to videos when I get a chance. So yes, sometimes I'm a little bit behind, but we have here we've got Brad Garlinghouse and Steve Alderati meeting with Donald Trump. Okay, of course, this is huge, right? Obviously massive. Now, look, I'm not about to lie here and say that, you know, they pretty much paid their way to get to this, but Brad did mention that, you know, even before Trump had got in office, they'd had a conversation, and this was before he'd even won the presidency, and like Trump had, you know, took time to like listen to their story in terms of the lawsuit and things like that. So I do think this is one of those things where, yes, I think they, you know, have kind of paid their way to get help. But I also think it's a thing of, hey, like Trump was someone who actually sat and listened to us. You know, he actually took time to listen to our story, and, you know, that was appreciated. That could be a thing of, hey, the fact that he even was willing to give us his time makes us feel, you know, that he's actually willing to listen. And, you know, maybe he will help us out. That's something that we appreciate. We never got that from the previous administration, etc. Right? So that's not me talking about him as a president or anything like that, because I know he's a very divisive figure in that sense. So I'm not here to talk politics in that regard. I'm from the UK, so while it does affect me to some regard, it's not obviously as big a deal to me as it is for the people over in America, but I'm not here to give my opinion on that. I'm just talking here specifically about crypto. We know that Trump is a crypto, you know, pro-crypto president, so this is just going to be good for crypto regardless of whatever you think of him as a person or whatever. That's neither here nor there. He's going to be very positive for crypto. So, in regards to this, well, what do I think then about this meeting? Well, obviously it's bullish. Of course it is. Absolutely. There's just absolutely no disputing that whatsoever. I think the main thing that would be on the agenda here, to be honest with you, would be the lawsuit. You know, I think that would be the highest priority. Like, can they get Trump to say, can you just get this lawsuit off of us, man? Like, it's absolutely bogus, which it is true. It's not like this is something shady that Ripple are doing. The SEC should never have sued Ripple. You know, the whole thing was just ridiculous. You even had, I forgot her name. Is it Hester Cook, who's one of the SEC? Is it Hester Cook, I want to say? Or is it something Pierce, Hester Pierce? I can't remember her name, I do apologize, but they call her like the crypto mom. She works for the SEC, but she's like pro-crypto. And she even said, like, yeah, like, we shouldn't have done this. And she actually voted against the lawsuit, but unfortunately she was outvoted. So, you know, like, you've even got members of the SEC actually saying, like, yeah, we shouldn't have done this. And so you can already see there's lots of cracks even within the SEC in regards to how they're doing things. So, yeah, I think the first thing would be, can you just get this lawsuit off of our backs? But after that, do I think that they've discussed other things about, you know, trying to get more help in terms of Ripple and things like that? Absolutely, right? Like, they sent a lot of money. Was it $5 million they sent to Trump for his inauguration or something like that? And I think they sent money to him just during his presidency campaign as well. So, like, they're going to try and get their money's worth out of this, right? They're going to try and build a big relationship with Trump. And the thing for me with Trump is, if there's one thing I've noticed with Trump is, he's the kind of person who looks out for the people who look after him, right? Like, he's going to be someone who, like, yeah, if you supported me, like, I'll support you, right? Like, if you look at Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk was really backing Trump. And then the next thing you know, he's appointed him to help him with the Doge agency. Like, they've created a whole new agency, which Elon Musk and, is it Vivek Ramsek as well, who will be heading that department? So he's definitely, you know, he's definitely someone who looks out for the people who help him. And so, you know, like, this dinner that they've had, I'm sure they've had extensive conversation, and, you know, clearly the fact that they've even been able to get that dinner, I'm sure it's going to put them in a good position. So, like, I can't think of everything that could happen from that dinner, but the lawsuit being the primary thing, I would assume, that lawsuit being dropped. But even other things after that, right? Like, it could be when it comes to crypto stuff, he's very favorable to Ripple, right? Like, he really helps Ripple out and helps their business really expand, you know, that kind of thing. Or, you know, Trump starts, you know, promoting RLUSD or something like that, or, you know, promoting XRP, whatever. Like, you just never know, but I'm sure that was going to have been a majorly bullish thing and a majorly positive thing for Ripple and XRP. So that is absolutely incredible. Okay, moving on. We've then got the Ripple president who reveals when RLUSD will launch on Coinbase. Says XRP ETF to launch soon. So, okay, I'm going to move along with the RLUSD in terms of on Coinbase, but I will just say this. RLUSD has come out and it is absolutely incredible how well it's done. Really taken off. I'm not surprised, and it's not just because, like, oh, I'm an XRP fan or anything like that. Like, you got to understand, one of the biggest issues within crypto is transparency, like being scared of rug pulls and things like that. And as we all know, if anyone's been in the crypto space for longer than, let's say, a year, we're all aware of the whole issues with Tether being a bit shady. We all know this, right? We know that they've not been willing to prove their reserves. There's been numerous times that they've been asked to do stuff like this, and they're just not willing to do it. It's very concerning. And so you've got a company like Ripple who've come along, who've been transparent from the get-go. You know, they're doing like proper audits to, you know, have the token audited properly. They want to show proof of reserves and things like that, show that it is truly backed. Of course, you're going to go with that as a cryptocurrency, as a stablecoin of choice, right? Where, you know, you can feel comfortable that it is properly backed. You know, everybody's looking at Tether as like a very scary thing, to be honest with you. Now, I'm not going to say that people are just going to up and leave Tether. I think people will just stick to Tether because it's what they know. And, you know, the other thing I will say with Tether, one thing I'm just not sure of is, like, is it too big to fail at this point? Because I've said this before, but if, like, Tether was to collapse, I really worry, like, how catastrophic that could be for the crypto industry. Like, I really think it would be monumental in how bad that would be. So I don't know if it's a thing now where Tether's too big to fail at this point because of the damage it could do, but I don't know. Like, I really can't say for sure. But yeah, like, you know, not everybody's just going to flock to RLUSD, but we can see that, you know, like, it flew up in the charts. Like, it's already beating PayPal's stablecoin, and PayPal's been around for quite a while, and obviously PayPal is a big brand. So for Ripple's, you know, RLUSD to come in and overtake it within, like, I think it was like 2 weeks or something like that. Very impressive. Very impressive. So that's already a massive success. It hasn't launched the price, which I told you guys already. It wouldn't. That's not how this works. Again, people say these things but don't really fully understand it. But it definitely helps XRP, and it definitely helps with the longevity of XRP. So, yes, moving on though, this is the point that I wanted to talk about. The XRP ETF, they're saying to launch soon. Now, that is incredible, guys, because, you know, we are still right now in this bull run. When they say soon, obviously soon can be subjective to the person. Like, you know, soon for one person could be like 1 day, but to another person it could be 1 month, right? So we don't really know how long soon is. But if it's like within the next month or two, that could mean that, you know, this gets launched within the bull run. And if we look at what happened with Bitcoin when the ETF launched, it's what first started getting it to a new all-time high. That was early in 2024, right? I want to say it was around March time, if I'm thinking right, but I am just coming off the top of my head there. But, you know, like, it was massive. It was massive for Bitcoin, and it got it to a new all-time high. Now, granted, you know, it wasn't like a massive rally above the new all-time high. It was, you know, only went over it by like a bit. But still, it was enough to do that. And that was when we wasn't in a bull run. So imagine this happening for XRP, an ETF running, when we are in a bull run. My assumption would be that would be massive. And, you know, usually when it comes to this kind of stuff as well, especially when you're in a bull run, you get like speculation pumps, right? So it's one of these things where, like, even if people don't necessarily understand things, people just hear something positive and buy in because of FOMO, right? Like, they'll just see, for example, oh, the ETF launches, and let's just say XRP goes up. Let's just say it goes up like 5-10%, and then people are like, oh my god, it's going up, and then they all FOMO buy into it, and it just raises the price even higher. So it's not always got to be a thing of like, oh, this is, you know, the actual ETF that's driving the price. It's like, okay, the ETF has launched, you know, the price has gone up a little bit because people are like, oh yeah, they're excited, and then more people keep jumping onto that, right? And then it just adds to the hype. So, you know, there's those kind of things as well. So yeah, like I say, because we're in a bull run, if that does get released while the bull run is still in play, obviously I can't give no guarantees, but I would assume that would be massive for price. Like, I think that would cause a huge speculation pump. That's what my guess would be. So, yeah, like for me, that is absolutely massive, guys. So for me, those two catalysts, you know, the talk with Trump and then the ETF. The RLUSD is good as well, but as I've said before, guys, like the RLUSD isn't something that's just going to rise the price of XRP. It's just not. Like, that's not how it works. It's still good to see that that's being utilized because it helps Ripple, and Ripple obviously the stewards of XRP, so it's, you know, better for them in terms of, you know, raising capital for their company and doing more things with XRP. But it's not a thing of like RLUSD's price doing well is going to then suddenly shoot up the price of XRP. No, that's just not going to happen. But in terms of like the ETF and the, you know, the talk with the president, like two incredible catalysts that could be, you know, going on. Because again, with the lawsuit, like what if the lawsuit gets dismissed while the bull run's in play? Again, massive speculation pump, right? Like think about what happened when the verdict came out that XRP was deemed not a security, and this was in a bear market. You know, XRP went up, I want to say like 60 to 90% or something like that. Now, it couldn't hold it because we was in a bear market, right? So while that was still a good pump, we was in a bear market, so it couldn't get higher and it couldn't sustain, you know, that price action. But in a bull run, like, yeah, I would assume that's going to just be a massive FOMO buy opportunity. You know, like, think about it. We was in a bull run and, you know, Gary Gensler just announced that he was resigning, and that shot XRP's price up. Just the fact that he was resigning, which is a very common thing that people do when, you know, someone loses the presidency. So, you know, once we knew that, you know, the Democrats had lost, we should have known that, you know, Gary Gensler was likely to resign. But the fact that he pulled it out there and put it official, that just rose the price up of XRP straight away. So that's what I mean about speculation pumps. People just get excited about little things and just buy in over those kind of things. So yeah, these could be massive catalysts for XRP. So real exciting times, but you know, we'll see for sure how this goes. Keep an eye on it. But I'm definitely excited to see what happens going forward with this these two pieces of information, because these could be big catalysts. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.